and I'd be painting something and it would come out to look like this abstracted owl, and then somebody else would paint something that was like a mouse, and it was somehow like a conversation was happening between our paintings and we'd all be painting because it was on Zoom, so we were each in our own private areas.
And this was during lockdown.
This was during lockdown. I hosted this group for over 2 years, and I still host the group. Shout out, actually, this could be a wonderful moment to plug the fact that after the 4 years of the pandemic, Anastasia,
you mean it's over?
It's probably not fully over, but at least it is for right now, for all intents and purposes. After 4 years, Anastasia Pavlov has finally published her website today.
I wanted to bring that up today. Yes, she did this. You did it today, didn't you? Just today. You have been talking about this
and working on it
forever and ever. And
she
was going to pull it up for me before we did the show, and I said, why don't we just do it
on air,
live on the air in the moment? As Dee Wallace always said, don't spoil the spontaneity of the moment and the life of it.
Oh my gosh. So I'm so curious what it looks like. I've been working on this
Debbie just said, too bad these two don't like each other. yeah I am so sorry, folks. We haven't even been looking at your comments here because we've been so selfishly engrossed with each other. But anyway, what are you pulling up here?
I'm looking at my website.
You're pulling up your website. Let's see your website.
Let your dreams guide you. It's so pretty.
Folks, you're experiencing it.
It's so pretty.
In the moment as I'm experiencing it right now, live.
There's my photo.
That's such a pretty picture too.
That's before my breakup.
I
lost 40 pounds since last December, 30 of which because of a guy I was dating.
Yeah, but I don't.
Sasha's biting me as a result.
We can go there if you want.
No, we don't have to
talk about that. That's like 3 shows to itself.
That's 40 pounds ago. So I lost my COVID weight and then some. But so the Sacred Sphere, so THESACRED, Sacred Spheres, SPHERES, thesacredspheres.com. Some of you might know the music of the sphere. So, but this is it's basically 4 spheres of influence I have in your life. So it's sacred dream, obviously the dream work I do. I have different access points though to entering your unconscious mind or subconscious mind, different ways by which we can find out what's really going on. Because you think, my dream, there's this symbol or that, it's about this, that, or it's a guy I literally want to have sex with or girl or whatever. And in point of fact, that's a nice starting point. That's just a way for psyche to get your attention. And then it's going to go in a different direction, believe me, and then another different direction. And then you're going to find that what the dream is really an invitation into communication with and conversation.
Sorry, Sasha.
Friendship with these allies that come through not just the dreamscape, but your waking landscape. I could go on this for another time. There's also Sacred Play, which is the workshop I mentioned earlier. There's Sacred Community, which is like community tending. I have that's more going to be kind of like a blog, a vlog, and that's still kind of pending. It's in part what my Instagram is trying to be. It's kind of a mess, my Instagram. It's more like it's beautiful, intuitive sort of photography and a couple of videos, but oh wow, no, you're fine. But and then there's also a sacred ceremony. And that's a big thing. If you're familiar with Malidoma Patrice Somme's work, he's an African shaman, essentially a holy person who he's now passed on. But one of his callings in life was to bridge sort of East and West, if you will, or bridge the indigenous really with the the modern in some ways. And one of the biggest things missing in the West is ritual, even death, even the big things. Like we kind of try to do weddings way above and beyond, but even so like the community I come from, a funeral is 3 days. We call it a dilla, which means a doing. It is a doing. There's even a day you are overnight with the body in an open casket. It is very intense, but it is meant for you to process and cry and weep and sing and dance and laugh and drink and eat. There's a kitchen there 24/7. People donate their time.
It just sounds like an explosion of emotions.
And of feelings. And it's so extraordinary. And, but the thing is, it's not just about death. We need to ritualize so many facets of life, like
Yeah.
whether it's a job, something exciting, it's a new job, you know, and it feels like growth, but you also need to let go of what you're leaving, as well as the fact that it's going to be really uncomfortable in your new job as well at times. And there's so much to look at. So the work that I do is definitely therapeutic. I'm not a therapist. I am someone who works, again, very intuitively. I am trained through Pacifica Graduate Institute, through Dream Tending Deep Imagination work. The man who founded that university, I'm trained through him. I'm certified. But yeah, it's very therapeutic. It's very sacred work. And I speak to all of that on the website. And actually just, you know, I mean, in a sense, to sort of plug, you know, that, I mean, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself. I finally, speaking of being straitjacketed and letting myself
it's
emerge.
Incredible. I mean, I have watched her growth in the last 4 years. I think we got especially close during the lockdown. Pandemic lockdown. I still remember that first day at Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah.
And I set my wine glass down so I don't spill it. But it was the beginning of the lockdown. We both had like N95 masks on. We had hazmat. Thank you. We had the gloves on, the masks, everything.
Glasses.
We looked like we were entering a nuclear power plant
or ready to rob the joint because we had our masks on.
Somewhere I've got a photograph of us from that day. Yeah. And during the lockdown, we just
we were brought together.
We were definitely brought together.
And it was so wild because we ended up on the same page because we both lost our jobs almost immediately.
Almost exactly at the same time.
Yeah, like right when COVID hit, and also just in terms of, I think you lost your job maybe like a week after I did.
I think for me it was like March 20th or 21st.
Oh, then it was only days.
Yeah, it was very close.
March 15th.
It was very close.
Yeah.
But you know, this is something we have just paralleled each other for the last 4 years in the most amazing ways. You know, like when we both the highs, the lows, the in between, the shall we say, our little emotional meltdowns, our euphoria,
what meltdowns?
What meltdowns? Our creative growth spurts, the opportunities that have come in our lives, to where it's just been uncanny, where it's almost like I can tell you something or you tell me something, and it's just exactly what the other person went through that day or the day before.
Yeah.
So we've been wonderful for each other, just as support for each other, because nobody in the world understands each other better than we do.
Yeah.
Because we have been going through this all together.
Yeah. I mean, he's like my other half, like my brother to my sister. Yeah. Father to my mother.
In fact, just as we're doing my show right now,
Twins.
I've already,
twin brother, sister.
Yeah. Joyce is watching right now. I have proposed to Joyce that we guest together, because she's done my chart, your chart. She was on Joyce's show. Was it last week?
Yeah, last Monday.
Last Monday. So since Joyce already has the charts, and I know she can do relationship charts, I would love if she could put the two together.
Yes.
Because I'd like to see what it says for us astrologically.
Honestly, it's almost scary. I mean, I will be going through something, and then I record a voice memo, 20 minutes of me crying hysterically like a crazy person. And then, you know, in another day, that's actually what Chuck is going through, or vice versa, or a celebration of a certain expansion, or, you know, a job or a relationship or a person coming into our life. Just, it's so bizarre.
Uncanny. I've never had a friendship like this where there's like a divine order. There's something.
And there's something there.
Currently running
through
us.
I think if this is really deep and real, but I mean, obviously I don't want to speak for Chuck on his behalf live in front of the whole world.
What are you going to tell people?
But no, it's that, like, growing up, both he and I dealt with, you know, with all due respect to our families, a certain level of abuse and emotionally unavailable parents who tried very, very, very hard, but it left us lacking to the extent that we
emotionally scarred for life. No, I shouldn't make jokes.
But really, no, it's fine. It's important to laugh about it too. But it's, I mean, they tried so hard, but there was, like, in my household, it was like being raised by military drill sergeants. If you know, it was very cold, and if I needed a shoulder to cry on, I had to go find someone else, or God, as it were.
And I've shared with people, my mother. If anybody watched the Carol Burnett show and knows the character Eunice, that was my mother. My mother was Eunice. My mother had the same hairdo, had the same Southern accent, the whole attitude, the world is shitting on my head, all that angst. Imagine being a little kid being raised by Eunice. That's how I grew up. So much so that when I met Carol Burnett, I told her,
yeah,
my mother was the real life Eunice. And Carol Burnett was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's okay. It's okay. You helped me to laugh about it, but it's just a fact. You know?
Like a family member of mine literally telling me when I was working on this novel and I was taking these notes while around family members, and she's like, why the hell would you do that? That is so pointless. You need to get a job. What the hell is wrong with you, Anastasia? She's like, you know what life is?
No, what is life?
Life fucks you in the ass and then you die.
Ah, I knew it.
So this was, and again, why would this happen? They were in so much pain themselves. The thing is, I've spent my life understanding the pain others are in, seeing how much they suffer, and they didn't mean to project and vomit that all up on me, just as Chuck's parents didn't mean to vomit it all up on him. But
I'm just like, this is the first time on my live stream the F word has ever been off.
We threw the F bomb out there.
We've thrown it out several times now. But
okay, it doesn't work because that's actually the quote from a family member.
It wouldn't be us otherwise. So
yeah,
anyway,
but that's literally what the person said.
Yes.
So, but he and I have spent our lives walking on eggshells around other people, terrified to upset anybody, and feeling the void of not really having the mother or father that we needed emotionally. It's not that my father didn't work his ass off for us, sacrifice and suffer so much, but in the end, my gosh, like we want to, like, this is so touching, but like we want a mommy, like when you think of a mom, like you're sick and you don't feel good, you want someone to literally just like envelop you and like you want to just like snuggle in, like I snuggle into Galaxy's little fat furry bum or belly. Well, and so in the end, I feel like I have attracted certain people throughout my life who have been very, very close friends, but never to the extent of Chuck, where it's not just a friend and it's not even a brother. It's literally a mate for my soul, in the sense that not in a romantic sense. It's in the sense of like, it's something I need that I couldn't get from my mother and father that I can get through a friend, where it's
that's
very
incredibly
safe.
Touching. I've never had this kind of rapport with anybody before. And we just assist each other constantly with our growth, our evolution. We're sounding boards for each other. We're not afraid to, I use the word Oprah Winfrey's ugly cry. We're not afraid to get petty and silly and sad and angry or whatever, because we trust each other. We know each other, that we can be completely ourselves with each other. And we have a unique way of communicating. Because as you have seen, we tend to talk over each other because we both get so excited. So many times, instead of phone calls, we do a thing where we send long voice memos to each other. I mean, but long.
Occasionally an hour.
Yes, an hour. But
take a walk, listen to me.
But it's a great way where we can just talk and say what we want to say. And we've also gone to the point where we take notes for each other, because we both get intuitive hits from what the other's saying, because because we're both so intuitive, we know it's not always about the words, it's about what's encoded in the words. It's what's underneath the words, the emotion. And we're both very good at picking that up on each other. To sometimes I can like feel my spirit guides talking to me, like getting really tough on her,
telling me things I don't want to hear.
And I'm like, and I'll be recording voice messages going, I'm so sorry. This isn't me. This is the spirit guides. They're making me say this.
Blame it on Jimmy Dean.
Yes, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. But now they're telling you need to get your act together, and you're in your ego right now. It's like that, but she does it for me too. But it's because we understand that in each other, and we know, without judgment, and it's always with love and with compassion, and I think we're both in agreement. We'd sooner die than hurt each other.
But
we have, but
but of course we have hurt each other too.
Yeah, exactly.
Get over that.
We're human beings, we're friends. You go through all of this, but for the most part, we had one of those confessionals.
Radical honesty.
Yeah, radical honesty. Now tell me, what are things that I've done that have made you mad? What are things that have made you mad? That type of thing. Stuff that we normally would never tell. And I had, and this is more wine on this. But the thing is, and this is a tribute to my beautiful friend here, I could only come up with 4 things, and they were minor things, so minor I didn't even think they were worth bringing up. I thought, okay, you asked, so there was this, and you told me a few things, but relatively there wasn't that much. We haven't had many problems with each other. And that's amazing considering we also used to have the dynamics of working together. She used to be my boss.
Yeah.
But, it's just what we just
and
always go on.
He even told my current boss how great a boss I was and plugged me at work. And incidentally, I did recently get a promotion. So
well,
I'm a boss again of other people. Maybe
back where you belong, honey.
Well, that brings us full circle to hello, Dolly. It's so nice to see you back.
Yes,
where you belong.
Because someone here asked for you to sing. I apologize, folks. As you can see, we have clearly been not looking at the comments. We've been looking at each other. So
and I also didn't finish my Teal Jacqueline story.
Well, you finish that while I'm scrolling back here. I want to see what we missed here.
So I went on the tangent about sacred play and the workshop and painting.
This is so sweet. Whimsy's watching.
Oh, I love you, Whimsy.
Yeah,
I miss you.
Yeah. We went to the Hollywood Bowl together, the three of us,
That's
to see
Simon.
Paul Simon. Yeah, the three of us. And how
thank you, Stephanie and Tammy.
Yes, thank you.
Tickets.
Thank you, Stephanie and Tammy. Yes, they gave us the tickets. But you know how many of us we have our own friends, but you can't help but want to bring your friends together with your other friends because you're going to get along. And I knew that Whimsy and Anastasia were just made for each other, both so intellectual, but so down to earth and so funny and warm and silly.
And Whimsy might not know this, but because I worked with Chuck in supplements and health and wellness and the natural products.
And that's where I met Whimsy
for a long time. I worked in that industry for a while, and I was a buyer and order and worked under an ND and an MD and did also I was a brand ambassador. I did all sorts of things at pretty high levels. I helped to open some locations, and it was very challenging industry, but
they so appreciated you.
Yeah, they so appreciated me in ways. Yes, in ways
that's sarcasm,
absolutely
folks.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But I almost became a naturopathic doctor. I actually visited NCNM. I was looking around either Bastille or NCNM to do my ND, and I actually went there. I did a tour. I did the
you
whole
and
thing.
Whimsy could have really talked.
I know, but
and of course Whimsy personally trained me.
Yeah.
God bless Whimsy. She personally trained me to get my naturopathic doctor's assistance license. And it's Whimsy and I go back to 2012 with you, 2016 with Whimsy, but I bet both of you in that store in West Hollywood. And to this day, you're two of the dearest people in my life. But anyway, you keep talking. I'm going to look I got to scroll and see what I've missed here. Comments.
Sasha's on my lap right now, and we're petting her. She's
I could
being really sweet right now.
I'm thinking of that Johnny Carson story. Zsa Zsa Gabor. Oh, we've gotten raunchy already. Zsa Zsa Gabor was on the Tonight Show, and she had a kitten in her lap, and she was petting it, and she actually goes, Johnny, you want to pet my pussy? And Johnny paused. Sure. Move the cat.
Oh, snap.
Anyway, keep talking. I'm going to scroll here.
Jacqueline. All right. So because of Sacred Play, so I entered Sacred Play, a workshop I've co-founded with another amazing artist. And I entered it as a writer. I actually had never painted in my life.
And
ever until this moment. And because of her name is Victoria, I won't give her last name since I don't have her full permission.
I gave you your first paints.
Chuck actually bought me my first paints because when you're doing dream work, while someone's talking about their dream, you just start scribbling, sketching. You just kind of let yourself flow, and it becomes an offering back to the person sharing their dream, because a dream is so sacred. It's so personal. It's so intimate. Like Dr. Jean Houston, who's a really famous.
Whimsy said, can she sing the chants for us?
I might be able to. I can't sing the chants for my people, so to speak, from that.
I think she just said she'd like to hear you sing.
I'll definitely sing. No, for sure.
Okay, but I'll let you finish your story there.
So, you want to offer again something back to the dreamer. Yeah, it's very sacred act. I was mentioning something about Dr. Jean Houston. That comment will let that fall. But to the wayside, to the cutting room floor. But yeah, so sorry. Okay. I swear to God, I'm not drunk at all. I'm Russian. I have a high tolerance.
Bolts.
All right. So Jacqueline, back to Jacqueline.
Yes,
so I entered into Sacred Play writing. And I wrote this amazing poem that Victoria, the woman with whom I co-founded the group, she actually said, I see that almost Basquiat style on a canvas. I see words with paint. And I confess, I'm like, I don't even know how to even begin with paint, but Chuck had bought me some my first acrylic paint
your
set.
first set of acrylic paints.
He did. And
because as I recall, you were asking me what kind of paints you should use.
Yeah.
And I said, I think you would love acrylics because they're versatile.
Yeah, they dry fast.
They dry quickly, but you can dilute them, use them as watercolors. You can use them straight from the tube, oil, or you can semi-dilute, tempera. So I knew you'd love it. But anyway.
I loved it. And so so Victoria and I did almost like a one-on-one sacred play workshop, and she started giving me some instruction, and she unleashed a Pandora's box. It was definitely like a dam that was about to burst. Water was coming out, but there was something. It was just Victoria had to she got the sledgehammer, went bam, and the dam burst open. In like 2 to 3 years, I painted like 350 plus things. I could not stop painting. I created an Etsy shop. The Etsy shop shut down, so don't go to Etsy. But that's a whole long story.
Oh,
but
is that ever?
I scanned a bunch of stuff. I created shoes and shirts, and I was making prints and selling originals. It was so fun. It was all intuitive. It's channeled. It was in flow. It was powerful. There's so much energy in these pieces because they just bam, bam, bam came through me. But in that moment, I finally let myself start painting my house. I painted a teal wall.
It's beautiful.
In honor of Jacqueline, which was the first one. And then I painted another teal. I did a green. I did like a forest green. I did like a blood red wall with ox blood.
But it was so ritualistic for you.
It's very ritualistic.
It was claiming this as your home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I reminded you of this because you were fearful of even doing that. And I said, paint is one of the least expensive and easiest ways to change the personality of a room.
Yeah.
And it's very simple to cover up if you need to.
Exactly.
You move out. And you took the suggestion and it changed your
everything.
home.
And there was something I didn't even know what to do with this particular. I have a chandelier that the last tenants left, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love
her home.
It is pretty cute.
It is pretty cute.
Yeah. In the kitchen space is this little chandelier, and then I painted the wall teal, and then I could hear very clearly from guidance through Jacqueline, because I painted it Jacqueline Teal, as Chuck and I call it, and then I put this gold beautiful phantom thread. If you're familiar with Paul Thomas Anderson, I'm definitely a cinephile. And I painted this beautiful sorry, we're getting deep.
I just saw here Joyce just said she's going to do our composite chart.
Ooh,
so
I can't wait.
Joyce, have us on next week.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Or when you're ready. But yes, have us on soon.
So so I put this gorgeous gold framed poster of Paul Thomas Anderson's not sponsored by PTA Phantom Thread, one of my favorite films, at least in the last
I've seen it 4 times because of her.
Yeah. And we saw it together at
the
Art Lake West Hollywood in 70mm. It was an extraordinary
I have the Blu-ray of
event.
It,
but so it's this beautiful teal wall, this gorgeous gold poster. But I needed a rug or something in the kitchen. So, all right. So all of this is the story. Yeah. So I am doing dream work with this woman in New Delhi in India. She was my dyad partner in the first level. I went to 3 levels of this program. By the way, $50 off to anyone who wants to work with me.
Oh, yes. Hey, and as you can see, it is worth it. Trust me.
You will have the time of your life.
She is a brilliant intuitive. You have so much love, so much empathy, so much compassion.
Thank you.
Yeah, so much depth. Yes, she's worth it. $50 off, folks. Go for it. Anyway, I'm just going to answer a question here. Someone wants to know about the pictures on the wall.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to tell this real quick.
Oh yeah. Someone asked if it's
so let's get that out of the way. Yeah. No, that's Clara Bow. Now, I have a very big, as you know, I'm the big Hollywood buff. That's what I usually talk about on the show. Old Hollywood. I Love Lucy. I do if you watch my channel, Chuck's Captivating Chats, please like and subscribe. Yeah. I do a lot of videos about old Hollywood. So hence, I have a big collection. It took me like 30 years to put this together of autographed photos, contracts, checks from old stars. They're fully authentic. So these are all autographed. Just to answer your question real quick. Clara Bow, Charlie Chaplin, Harold Lloyd, Harry Langdon. This wall right here are silent film stars. Yeah. I have Rudolph Valentino, Douglas Fairbanks, but sometime I could take this laptop and just give you a tour of the whole apartment.
he has a better museum than any museum in Hollywood. I
do.
I have worked in the industry. I also act. I perform in Hollywood, and I have some credits. And actually, don't look at my credits.
Don't look at mine either.
They're very debauched.
Porn?
Actually. No, it's not porn. But anyway, no, I come from this immigrant family, but one of the things that gave us solace when we came here from Russia was actually cinema. When the ArcLight Cinemas Hollywood opened up the Cinerama Dome, technically it was through Pacific Theaters. They opened up the Cinerama Dome in 1963. It was for the premiere of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. And my family went in the first 3 months that they premiered that movie and opened it. We are rabid cinephiles and film people. Yeah. And that's another
thing we share in common.
That Chuck and I share. We're writers, we're actors. We are obsessed with
writers,
Hollywood.
We're actors, we're artists,
and
cinephiles.
And we have met like everybody you could imagine in Hollywood.
That's true.
Even Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah,
I mean, Barbara Streisand and Kylie Minogue.
Exactly.
And Adrian Brody.
In fact, I say that in the intro to my channel. I have met an estimated 500 celebrities. I bet you have too.
At least, and I worked with them because I used to do events. I can say this now because they're out of business. So I used to work for ArcLight Cinemas Hollywood. I did huge red carpets.
Did you put them out of business?
Premieres. I was there. I closed the location down during COVID. But yeah, I did premieres, red carpets. I have met everyone. It was the time of my life. I had so much fun. Even Christian Bale, the ghost of a shell that is Christian Bale.
Do you know I met Christian Bale many years ago. Remember American Psycho?
Of course.
I met him the week American Psycho premiered.
Oh my God.
And you've met him, of course. He's so opposite. He has is it Welsh?
He's Welsh.
He's Welsh. So he has a thick Welsh accent. He just does American accents impeccably.
Yeah.
So it was very strange having seen that movie. Yeah. And here's this young man just in a t-shirt and jeans and sneakers speaking in a Welsh accent. He was nothing like what Patrick Bateman, that was his character, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The psycho, he was impeccably dressed and groomed and a psycho. But anyway, something Joyce just said here, that's the best. You even finish each other's sentences.
We do.
Yeah, as you see, we just interrupt each other. This is why we have to send voice memos to each other, so we don't interrupt each other.
Speaking of which, we interrupted the beautiful Jacqueline story. So I am doing dream work with I'm not going to say her name, a woman in India.
She didn't snag you.
No, she's fine. Shastra's moving around my fishnet stockings. So I'm doing this dream tending session with this woman in India, and from out of nowhere, the wind starts blowing very, very hard. And this is LA. It was, spring. I mean, it was just a normal 75-degree Fahrenheit day.
Another day in paradise.
Day in paradise. And then from nowhere, the wind just starts blowing. And I'm looking outside I'm like, I was going to call her Jane just to say something. I'm like, Jane,
Jane Doe.
What in the world is going on right now? I don't know. I'm like, well, let's finish our session. So we finished our session, and I just felt led to kind of walk outside, open my back door, or actually it's my front door technically, and kind of just check things out. And remember, if you were paying attention to my, again, circumlocucious mind and how I've been talking, I was mentioning the teal wall I painted and the fact that I kind of wanted a rug in my kitchen. There was a beautiful gold. Everything was kind of working together color-wise. I liked what was happening, but I needed a rug. Well, after that weird bananas windstorm from out of nowhere, it lasted 20 minutes. I open this door of mine. I look down, and there is this rug all rolled up waiting for me there.
I know, that's amazing.
It was teal. It had hints of red, which I eventually painted a wall close, adjacent to it, oxblood red. It had gold in it. It had all the colors in my home.
It's gorgeous.
And it was an indoor-outdoor rug, which was imperative. It's kind of almost a plasticky kind of texture, interestingly, but it's gorgeous.
I know. It looks like it was made for your house.
Because of the indoor-outdoor effect, because I ended up painting there. Because remember, I ended up painting 300 some odd things. It was so wild. And I'm in a text thread with we have 8 units and 2 person per unit. And I sent a little group text to everyone. I was like, does anyone know whose rug this is? And someone literally said, when that wind hit, for some reason, it blew like Mary Poppins. It literally blew the rug into our property through our gate. And one of my
I was just envisioning Mary Poppins.
Yeah, one of my apartment mates thought it was mine and put it by my back or front door.
Well, it was yours.
And
That's why it was put there.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to claim it and keep it and let, maybe someone in the neighborhood, it was theirs. I don't know, like it flew off their patio. It was so wild. So Jacqueline literally created the interior design for my home. So where there is great love, there are even greater miracles.
Yes,
and some people like, oh, I channeled Jacqueline, Kennedy, Bouvier, Kennedy Onassis, or Lucille Ball. Like, think what you want to think, believe what you want to believe. But at the end of the day, it's like, there, if
we know our truth.
We know our truth. And when you have a big heart and you're open and you want to receive and you really believe it and you have no expectations of how it will unfold, magic will happen.
Yes, it will.
It will.
It's happening right now.
It is happening.
It's happening right now. We've talked. How many years have we talked about doing something together like this?
Since the last time he filmed me, actually in this same dress.
Oh yes, that's
because I only own one dress.
She only owns one. She's like what? Olive oil. There was a Popeye cartoon once where it was olive oil. She always wore that same outfit, but it was olive oil going. Popeye goes, "Hey, Olive, you want to go out on a date?" Calls her on the phone, and she says, "Oh, what am I going to wear?" And she opens her closet, and it's like 30 identical outfits on hangers.
Yeah, this is my Judge Judy outfit. I am a judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah. Oh.
Fun fact: I've been on 20 episodes of Judge Judy, but in the audience, it's when I had purple hair and they forced me to slick it back. I was in the audience many, many times. I'll have to send you one of my my sister saw me and took a screenshot of me on Judge Judy. It was pretty funny. But So.
But anyway, we were saying. We were doing this was when you were entertaining the notion of becoming a film critic.
Yeah,
which you're very good at. You're excellent. Yeah. So she came over here to my apartment, and there's a chair over here, which I won't show right now because, see, outside of camera range doesn't look so good right now. This camera angle,
curated.
This camera angle hides a multitude of sins. So I don't want to show the rest of the apartment right now. But anyway, she sat in my chair, and I recorded her doing movie reviews, and which were just excellent. And you were good. Did you ever put those on your channel?
They're on a different. I have 7 YouTube channels.
Okay.
I start and
plug them all here if you want, honey.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do have a YouTube channel at The Sacred Spheres. That is also my Instagram. That is also my website. That is also my Gmail. So thesacredspheres@gmail.com. Feel free to just say hi. I am a writer. I love writing. I love epistolary relationships. In fact, I might write a novel that is literally just an epistolary novel. It's literally just letters in a novel.
Well, she is brilliant. She is a brilliant writer. Well, you are. I
only reflect his brilliance.
Well, thank you.
We are both brilliant.
We both are brilliant. Geniuses. But that's another thing we share in common. We both love to write.
We're both amazing.
We talk about writing. We love to talk about art. We love to talk about movies,
and we actually do it too.
We talk about smut.
We
get childish. Guess what, folks? We get childish and silly.
This is how we stay so gorgeously young.
Is that a secret
for the camera? But I think we're probably nearing the end of our
we have Debbie together. Just reminded we've hit the hour point. So but this has been fun.
This has been so fun. But I think one thing we need to do is maybe just answer a couple of
I need to just look here and see what we've missed here. I apologize, folks, but as you can see, we've been having fun.
Smash our like buttons, our subscribe buttons, that little button, okay? That is the bell that will get you get notifications.
But we've had Debbie and Joyce and Whimsy and
Chuck,
Pam. You and Pam are going to love each other.
Whimsy asked, how ancient is the sect from which I come? There are different schools of thought. It goes back thousands of years. Some say we are sort of a lost tribe. So I don't know, until the dawn of time. I don't know. The beginning of human civilization. So around I'd say 2,000-3,000 years old or so.
Yeah.
So we're Jewish adjacent, as it were. And then there's some folks who believe that it was more so somebody who converted us to what we believe. About, I'd say 500-600 years ago, but it was in the 17th century when we fasted at a feast for the Orthodox Church because they had unclean foods, and because of how we fasted, that kind of created a name for us. And they're like, "Oh, you people, we're sending you to the South, never to be heard from again, or we're just gonna annihilate you right now. Good luck, bullseye on your head." So. So that yeah, they're different schools of thought, and I don't feel comfortable sharing the exact name because they are still like, even though we left Russia, when we came to America, we created walls around our community. We practice endogamy. We marry into the community. So I was not even raised American. Like, to marry an American is to marry someone out of our group. Like I'm neither American nor Russian. Because I went back to Russia and they definitely didn't accept me as being Russian. So when I was,
I'm not surprised.
Younger,
you're just you.
I'm just me. But so thank you for that question.
Yeah.
Let's answer a few more questions.
Here.
We have a request to maybe, I guess I'm gonna
you've had a request to sing a chant.
Oh yeah, we are not Russian Orthodox.
Whimsy Theater, the Lord's Prayer in
Russian.
In Russian, please.
I know it, and it's like Pigeon Russian. I do know it. It's called Ochanash. It's so Russians listening to me. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just keep talking. I'm scrolling through the questions here. We're so professional here, folks. You know.
I can't remember it. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, yeah. But Ochanash. Oh wow. I can barely remember it.
Pam said, I'm totally enjoying the ride.
You're enjoying the ride. We are too. Thank you, Joyce, for my website. That's amazing.
Joyce does want to do our, I think I said that she wants to do our composite chart. Maybe we'll be on next week.
Yeah.
I answered the question about the pictures on the wall.
Oh, can I see?
Look, Debbie, put your website on here. Thank you, Debbie.
I'm feeling led to close this out with it's actually from Oh Brother Where Art Thou. I've sung it before on a YouTube channel. It's kind of fun. Also keep in mind I have had the longest work week. I don't know if you can hear. I'm not just normal sultry like this. I am very hoarse today.
You're a little.
I'm hoarse. I'm a little hoarse.
She's a little hoarse, and I said you're more like a little kitty cat or a.
And I didn't even warm up my singing voice.
But you're a little hoarse.
To do vocalies, we do vivo 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 wee wah wee wah wee wah wee wah wee wah wee wah wee vivo 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 vivo. All right.
Okay.
So this will just be something whatever.
Okay.
Here, you can do that.
Okay.
As I go down the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear wrong and ground? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sinners, let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Oh, sinners, let's go down. Down in the river to pray. As I lay down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear star and crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
Beautiful.
There we go.
I clap for you, but I don't want to spill my wine. But that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see. Debbie, remind us. Yeah, we hit the hour. Oh, we're at the hour and 15-minute point. But
we'll be ending in a moment.
We'll end in a moment. But that's the beauty of these YouTube
Take me
shows.
to church. You went hosier.
Take me to the church.
No, that's an amazing song.
I know it's an amazing song.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
No, yeah. Actually, the song I sing by Hosier is a work song.
And sorry, I had a message.
We're getting messages. Yeah.
You know what this is? You know what this is? In my YouTube channel, I actually get a lot of messages now. People writing me in response to the videos, and that was one popping in right now.
What a gift!
But when you say this is the most delightful ride, social media and what we're doing right now, doing these shows, doing this show right now, all the friends we're making, like Joyce and Pam. And Debbie have become Yes, Joyce and Pam and Debbie have become very dear friends.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is we've never physically met. It's all been virtual like this, but that's the beauty of this.
And that pandemic actually amplified this.
And, but that's it. But I was just going to say, you and Joyce are becoming friends now, and I know you and Pam are going to, you two are going to meet and connect, and it's going to be like this virtual, but it's beautiful. See, I know we sound old, don't we? We're talking like, wow, this fangled technology here where we can do this, but it is amazing.
No matter your generation, X, Y, Z, or Boomer, or wherever you are on the spectrum, Alpha, I mean, we're all learning how to utilize technology in a whole new way and appreciate it. You know, there's AI, NFTs. If I have another person ask me to make them an NFT, I'm gonna, strangle them. But ultimately, this is such a gift. Like, to be born right now and for us to still be alive. I've lost a lot of people have died in my life, and to be alive still and to be able to utilize this technology and to connect with you. I think we need to wrap this up. And I think that's a good segue to say, what a blessing and what a gift to connect with everyone who is here and to listen to what you're saying, to answer some of your questions. We're happy to answer more in time, but just to be able to connect like this, what a gift that we can talk to people all around the world.
Oh my God. And talk all over the world, literally all over the world.
And talk about the things that we love most in the world, and allow that heart space that grows and grows, that makes us so excited to help you get excited about what you love and help you feel expansive and help you feel in the truth of who you are. It's an amazing gift that we can share this, and that it can translate, like our emotional sensibility, our loves, our passions, and these miracles that we've shared about who we are, how we know each other, and all of the glory that is, like the fact that we can channel and talk to people like Lucille Ball and Elizabeth Taylor and Jimmy Dean and all these extraordinary people, Jacqueline, and lest we forget, Joan Rivers is also here today.
Yes.
So,
and we both channel Joan.
We both channel
Rivers,
Joan in a very intense
that's
way.
another show.
That's another show.
Well, I think you agree. She needs to be a regular guest on this show at least once a month.
So.
Wouldn't you say at least once a month?
At least once a
month.
month.
I have a feeling Joyce and Pam are going to be fighting for you too.
Snap.
I think you're just going to be the rotating guest star. That's going to be your role
in the brothel on his night. No.
Yes, the guest star, the special guest appearance.
Special slut. Oh, God.
I didn't say that.
Special slut of Hollywood in the brothel.
I did not say that. Those are your words, not mine.
They are my words.
Special guest star. Guest star.
And again, this is how I normally talk, whether there's
this is how we do normally talk. This is why I wanted to have her on. And this is probably the least prepared I've ever been for a show. Believe me, when I'm cleaning up cat vomit 5 minutes before going on the air, but I said, you know what? I just had this intuitive feeling that all we need to do is just sit down in front of the camera and start talking like we do when we're out on a walk. Yes, we're trained professionals. But I knew if all we had to do was just get together and start talking and start channeling, and we were going to have our show. And I hope you folks agree that that's what we've done. I see we don't have any comments anymore. Maybe people have tuned out by now. But
thank you for being here.
But we just thank you so very much. I'm just going to quickly plug, Sasha. I don't know where she is right now. Well,
Sasha's literally been on my lap.
You can hold her up if you want. Sasha has her own channel, Sasha's Siamese Secrets. Please like and subscribe. And shall I say it? I hit 1,000 subscribers the other night. Yay! Yes, for Chuck's Captivating Chronicles. Yay! And I just thank everybody who's made this possible. And I mean so everybody. And I know Debbie, my manager, she's very modest about this. So you don't need to thank me, but I feel I do. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie.
I could not possibly have done this without you and the loving support, people like Joyce and Pam, all of you. You're incredible. And I'm 1,000 subscribers. So yes, like and subscribe. Chuck's Captivating Chronicles. Keep watching Chuck's Captivating Chat Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And now, what would you like to promote before we go? What would you like to plug?
Please don't forget to go check out my website. It was published today after many months of work, thesacredspheres.com. And leave me any feedback if need be at thesacredspheres@gmail.com.
Any feedback, huh?
Any feedback. I'd love to connect with you. And anyone who's watching this who would like to do a one-on-one custom session, $50 off. Just reference that you were here with us, Chuck and Anastasia here today. That would be amazing. I'm on Instagram as well at The Sacred Spheres. It's mostly intuitive photography and some fun videos. So you get
those kind of videos. Really?
No, it's such really. So it's such a pleasure to have met you and to have seen you again. You are love incarnate.
Yes.
Go and share that with the world, because again, where there's great love, there are even greater miracles.
Wow.
Mwah.
That's good.
I think I'm stealing that from someone else.
I think I was not going to say that, but I was thinking that. Yeah, I've heard that before, but it is good.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
anyway.
I think I know exactly where it's from.
Anyway, I thank my guest star, Anastasia.
Hello.
Pavlov.
And goodbye.
And we will be doing this again. And in fact, we'll probably be together on Joyce's show next Monday. Mystic Soul Insights, 12 noon on, well, that's 12 noon Pacific. Mondays, let's see, that's 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
All right.
And be sure to watch Pomona Remembers. Both of these ladies have just launched their channels and they're doing phenomenal jobs. And see, Pomona's show is 5 o'clock Pacific, Saturdays, 8 o'clock Eastern. Okay, I got my plugs in, and I thank you all for joining. This has been an hour and 25 minutes, the longest show I've ever done, but it feels like the fastest and most fun show I've ever done. So thank you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.